What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm Digimon X-45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our next deck profile for the BT12 format. We have our UlforceVeedramon X-Antibody. Yes, with the new inclusion of UlforceVeedramon X-Antibody from the BT12 set, this deck has changed a bit. I did do a profile late into the last format, but it is still a really good meta call, especially for the Ultimate Cup. Doesn't do so good in the regionals, but Ultimate Cup, this is a very strong deck. It's really fun and I really enjoy it. And with the new addition of UlforceVeedramon X-Antibody, I think it's even better. So we're going to go into the deck, show you, what I've changed and show you what I like about the deck. And you guys can comment and tell me what you like and if you have anything you'd like to add. So without further ado, let's get into it. We play 4 Wanamon, still the best blue egg, I think, right now. When attacking, if you have a blue tamer in play, draw 1, which is going to be 90% of the time. Then we have our level 3s. Start off with that Searcher Vmon from BT11 for 4. Reveal top 3, add a card with Veedramon in its name and a blue tamer to your hand. Sometimes you get one, sometimes you get both, you get lucky. And then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. When you would play a blue tamer, gain 1 memory as inheritable once per turn, so that's really good too, that memory gain. Play 4 of the EX1 Vmons. He gets the inheritable once per turn when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during the main phase, gain 1 memory. You're going to be doing that a lot with your Ulforces, so that's really, really good as well. Better to see in your stack. He's the guy you want to play on your stack. We play 2 of the Warp Digivolve Vmons from not BT8, Starter Deck 8. If your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon in play, you may Digivolve this card into an Ulforce in your hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its requirements. So you can warp right up. And then he has the inheritable when attacking. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. So that's always really good too. Lastly, for our last 2 level 3s, we have 2 Midoki Betamons just to block your opponent from gaining memory from everything except tamer effects. So those memory blockers are always really good. So that's it. 12 level 3s. For our level 4s, we'll start out. We have 4 Veedramon from BT11. Once per turn, if you play a blue tamer, draw 1, and inheritable once per turn if you play a blue tamer, gain 1 memory. So you're going to see the memory more often, but you will see the on play occasionally for draw 1. We also play 3 Leomon. Leomon is just super good. I really love the Leomon package. Just so much value. Jerry is such a great blue tamer. And if you can play Jerry for free, then you can play a Leomon for 3. So that's really good. I think 3 is a perfect number. When you have a tamer in play, he gains blocker. And then on deletion, gain 2 memory, draw 1. So just gains you so much advantage, which is what you want to see in this deck. So 3 is a good number for that. Play 2 of the new Lanamon from BT12, which used to be Ranamon in the original dub of the anime. They've changed it to Lanamon, which I like better because I hated how close it was to Renamon originally. So you may Digivolve this card in your hand onto one of your blue tamers as if it was a level 3 Digimon. So basically 2 cost Digivolution from one of your tamers. And then when Digivolving, by placing a blue level 3 Digimon card from your hand as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your blue Digimon, this Digimon gains jamming for the turn. So you get jamming, and it doesn't even have to be it. It's just, place a level 3 as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your blue Digimon. So you could be in an Ulforce, and you could put one of your Vmons in there and get that inheritable. So that's really cool. Plus you get the jamming, which is always really good. And it's a 2-cost Digivolution on your level 3s or on your tamers. So I think this is a really good addition to the hybrid line and just a really cool addition in general to blue. We play 1 Kumamon because Kumamon trashes Digivolution cards, and that's always cool. And you do play a lot of tamers, so you can potentially go hybrid for game. So having those hybrids is actually really, really good. So that brings us to 10 level 4s. That's our level 4 lineup. Level 5s, we are playing 4 of the Arrow Veedramon from BT11. In your main phase, once per turn, you may suspend this Digimon Reveal the top 3 cards and add all blue Tamers among them to your hand. Place the rest on your bottom in any order. Bottom of your deck in any order. Just really strong. You need to play 4 because he just gets... You want to see Tamers in your hand. That's how you win with this deck. You want to have lots of Tamers in hand to go off with Ulforce. And then when attacking Inheritable, once per turn, activate one of your Rina Shinomiya's on-play effects, which is also really strong, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Your other level 5s, we play 3 of the Arrow Veedramon. He gets jamming, so you can attack with him and then go into Ulforce and unsuspend and then attack again. And if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gains security attack +1. Inheritable, really good. It's not as good as this guy. This guy you need 4. I think 3 is a perfect number from him. You don't need, I think, 8 level 5s. So I think this is a perfect combination, in my opinion. Our level 6s, we have our Ulforce, our boss monster, our broken stuff. So when Digivolving, you may play 1 blue Tamer in your hand without paying its cost. Your turn, when you play a blue Tamer, unsuspend this Digimon. This is not once per turn. This is stupid. I have no idea why they made this multiple times per turn, but it is so good. And then, of course, your turn once per turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended, return one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to the owner's hand for every blue Tamer you have in play. Add 1 to the max level of this Digimon can choose with this effect. So once you have like 3 Tamers on board, you can bounce pretty much anything. Well, 4 Tamers, you can bounce anything, but which is not hard to do. And you can play a Tamer every time you Digivolve into him, or when you use Rina Shinomiya's ability, which we'll talk about in a minute. We play 2 UlforceVeedramon X-Antibody, which Digivolves for 1 from an Ulforce. Unsuspend this Digimon on Digivolution, and or one of your blue Tamers, which is also actually really good. And then all turns once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, if you have a blue Tamer in play, or this Digimon has UlforceVeedramon in its Digivolution cards, both are really easy requirements in this deck to maintain. Return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to its owner's hand. So it's pretty good. And I mean, it just adds because it unsuspends and it's a cheap Digivolution. So you keep attacking with the other guy and then potentially go into him for 1 and end the game. So just really, really strong. And then last Digimon we play is 1 Omnimon Merciful Mode. It's pretty cool. It's 6 to Digivolve on. You're not going to get the Digivolve 3 if the name contains Omnimon. When Digivolving, for each card with Mega in their traits in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Then place 10 cards from your opponent's trash to the bottom of their deck in any order. So it's really good against decks like Beelzemon, anything that trashes a lot. Start of your turn, trash the top card of this Digimon. If you do, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So, yeah. So, no, it's a decent card. It helps you, get out of bad matchups, especially with things like Beelzemon. So, that's why we play 1 of that. And it's easily droppable for anything else, really, in the Ultimate Cup format. I think it's the only cards we play that you'd have to change out for the Ultimate Cup format. We have our Tamers. We have 4 Rina Shinomiya. Such an amazing card on play until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your Digimon with Vmon or Veedramon gain blocker and evade, so you can both block and destroy your opponent's Digimon, or evade to save your guy from destruction. When one of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name becomes suspended, by suspending this Tamer, activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects. This is busted. It is just so good. And this is all turns too. So if you use the blocker or evade ability when one of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name, you can then activate this guy's when Digivolving ability. You can't unsuspend because that's only on your turn, but you can play a Tamer on their turn, which can be super, super good. And that's not all it does. once per turn, when one of your Digimon, your blue Digimon, become unsuspended, gain 1 memory. So when your guy unsuspends at the beginning of a turn, or when it unsuspends because of your Ulforce ability, you can gain a memory, and this stacks. So you can gain like multiple copies of this. You can gain 4 memory off it. It's just like a memory hog machine, and basically you just combo with this every time you suspend your guy for an attack. You do this, activate its Digivolution, play another Tamer, unsuspend, attack, play another Tamer, unsuspend. It's just such an amazing combo, and just one of the reasons this deck is really, really fierce. And then, of course, we play 3 of the tie V-Tamer, which is really great because you can either draw, so you can potentially get to your combo pieces early game, or late game, one of your Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP the turn. You don't have much DP boosts, and this guy's only 1,200, so you can potentially lose to a bigger Digimon, but this helps you get around that because you can give him that 1,000 and potentially multiple 1,000 boosts to make him big enough to get over anything in security. Then we play 3 Davis. He gets you your memory tamer, and you get to search and get your missing combo pieces, which is always good. He's bad because he puts your arenas on the bottom of the deck, and you don't want to do that. So I think you have to play 3 of him, but you honestly don't want to use him if you don't have at least a couple arenas in hand, because then potentially you just make life worse for you. We play 2 Jerry. I like this combo better. I was playing 3 last format. 2 is good. You don't want to see this too much, because if you see this and you don't see your Leomon, it's not as good. So 3 Leomon, 2 of this is good. You can play a Leomon from your hand without paying its cost on play. So it just adds more monsters to the board. And then opponent's turn, when your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Tamer to draw 1. So it lets you draw off your opponent attacking, which is always really good. And the last Tamer we play is 1 Matashita and Sora. Start of your main phase, if you have 8 or more cards in hand, gain 1 memory. If your opponent has 8 or more, gain 1 memory. So you get that potential 2 memory boost later into the game when everyone has big, huge hands. And when then one of your blue Digimon or red Digimon becomes unsuspended, you may suspend this Tamer to return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. So just bounces level 3s, which is always really kind of good. And then lastly, I play 1 option card. I'm playing the new Great Maelstrom from BT12. When you use this card from your hand, by placing one of your blue Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your other blue Digimon, reduce the cost by 3. So you can play it for 6. And then you return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the owner's deck, which is huge removal capability. For 6 too, potentially. As long as you have something to put underneath. And then you activate its main effect from security. So that's really, really, really good. So that's it for the deck. We play, I think, 13 Tamers. So I think I was playing 15 Tamers before, because I was playing a 4th tie and I think a 3rd Jerry, and I was playing a BT2 Rena, but BT2 Rena can be difficult too, because it can also put your Renas on the bottom of your deck, which you do not want to do. So I like this is how I like the deck. I like the new, this for the memory gain. I like the 2 and 3 ratio of this. I think it's perfect. It works so good. It's so consistent. It's just a fun deck to play. And again, I said really good in the Ultimate Cup format. I think the only thing you have to change is the 1 Omnimon Merciful mode, which you could throw in a 4th copy of this, and then I think that would be absolutely fine. In fact, if I don't like the Merciful mode, I might just throw in a 4th copy of this. So just a really great deck, really powerful, and I think it's just a fun blue deck all around. So, tell me what you guys think, what you guys like about the deck, what you guys think you would do differently. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And that's all for now, folks.